Mic check 1 2 1 2.
$8 might just make that lane switch. That's just how I feel. $8 might turn to $1 million, then we all rich. That's just how I feel.
The last one not to get this dope. Always up on a fucking head.
Oh my gosh. The camera's actually rolling. What's up, guys? What it do? What are the vibes? What are the boys saying? It's literally been such a long time since I have literally filmed, like had this set up and sat here and just chatted to you guys. So I decided that, you know what, let today be that day. So first of all, Happy New Year. This is so embarrassing. Happy New Year, Happy April Fools, Happy Easter, and Happy birthday to me. Okay, it's not my birthday yet, but in a couple of days it will be. Okay, today is the 26th of April. So yeah, 3 more days and then the babe is literally an adult, officially out of the... Okay, not yet. I'm still in my mid-20s, so there's no need to panic, right? I'd like to think. So anyway, for those of you that don't know me, actually, welcome or welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, like, please come closer because we need to chat. Where have you been? What have you been doing? Until like I'm gonna go feel hands like, comment, subscribe, share, hey, underscore lavender. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything happens for a reason, right? So you happen to be here, and yeah, shout out. I go by the name of Abigail, commonly known as Lavender. Like, Geos Lavender, guys. At this point, Geos Lavender, and I love it. So the purpose of this video is basically for me to give you like a rundown slash kind of like an update on my life and what's been going on. First of all, I have not been in this house like that for multiple reasons. Wait, I feel like this thing is skewed. So I have not been at my place for like the longest times, or I will come and then I leave and then I'm just gone for a really long time and then I come back again. And that is mainly because of something that I will disclose as time goes, just not now. There's just been a lot. I've been going through it mentally, but not in a way that I was before. And obviously you guys don't also know about that, but that's basically what we're here to talk about. Also, guys, I just want to let you know that I'm kind of nervous because I am going to attempt to catch a cab. I need to get to my sister's place and I'm gonna try attempt to catch a cab, and it's just gonna be a whole experience on its own. So I was like, should I make this a vlog or should I just make this a sit down and call it a day? But also I don't know how long I'm gonna be speaking for and how long it's gonna take me to explain, you know, the gist of everything. So yeah, basically just wish me luck. The last time I was in a taxi was in 2000 and... I don't even know. But it was just before I started working at the airport, because I had to travel to like this side, you know, the east from the north, which was where I was staying at the time. And I was just like, this is a lot, number one. And I promised myself never to be in a taxi ever again. But requesting was also very ridiculous. So I'd alternate between using taxis or the Gautrain, right? And that was like an experience on its own. But it's time consuming. The thing with public transport is that it's time consuming. And guys, I just want to get to where I'm going. Hey, I'm really just trying to get to where I'm going. I'm not trying to wait until it's packed before we leave. Like, no, I just want to dip. I just want to go. So yeah, I'm kind of like nervous about that, and I'm just praying to God. I don't know what happens, but a miracle of some sort. Anyways, so speaking of working at the airport, as you guys have already seen probably by the title of the video, yep, that is exactly what I did. I decided to leave my job in order to pursue my passion. So wait, before hey, woo, ha, what's going on? Abigail, are you mad? Oh my gosh, you had a good thing going on. Wait, this was premeditated, okay? I didn't just wake up and decide, oh my gosh, I'm leaving my job. So this has been something that has been on my mind for literally the longest time. You could even say from the minute I started working there. I don't know, but like, guys, energy never lies, and I'm always saying this. And the minute I got there, they were just off, you know. But we all know, like every other workplace, there's always like work drama and politics, and I'm not that babe. Like, do not involve me in any drama. Do not put me in the mix of like just weird things. I really just don't like weird vibes, right? So I was like, okay, cool. I'm here now. This is my dream job, number one. I've been hoping and praying for so long and just begging God to, you know, take me to this place so I can have this experience. And I just want to see myself working in this kind of environment, you know. And I'm saying this to emphasize that it is something that I prayed about prior to me actually getting the job. So I was working at a retail store, and then just... And you know, it's funny, like literally when this everything happens for a reason, trust that it really does. Things were also just crumbling when it comes to that place where I was working at, and I was just like, what now? And then randomly, literally, like, maybe it wasn't random, it has always been God's plan, but for me it was like all of a sudden she said me I go be, do you get? So that was the vibe. And then I got a call, they're like, yo, I would like to invite you for an interview. And I was like, babe, say less. I went for an interview. I already knew that I bagged that because one, I've been praying so much, and I've been like dreaming about this job, and I've just been envisioning myself, you know, wearing that uniform, you know, doing research about the place. At some point I was like doing a lot of rounds at their head office, you know, just trying to gather information and know more about the company and the culture and what it's about, you get. So by the time they called me for an interview, I was like, I manifested this. This is mine. This was already mine. I was not even stressed. Cool, fast forward, I went for the interview, did everything. So with aviation, for those of you that don't know, I was in the aviation industry. With aviation, more or less, you're gonna have like quite a number of interviews. So the first interview will obviously be your introduction vibes, and then the second interview will be more company related, like what do you know, what experience do you have, what are you bringing to the table, basically. And then the third interview will be a psychometric, which will determine whether you're fit for the position or you're overqualified or underqualified. Cool. So I did everything. Everything was, you know, to the T. Everything was fine. Everything was vibes. And then we got the job. And then, yeah, that's when the whole cab thing started happening. Because now I was doing training at the Johannesburg airport, which is OR Tambo International. So, yeah, it was quite an experience. I was happy, I won't lie. Mid-training, I kind of already saw the culture and how it is. But I was like, okay, vibes, like... this is something that I always wanted, mind you. So I'm literally not gonna let anything hinder with that. Cool, fast forward, we're working, it's a vibe. I think maybe 6 to 10 months in, I was like, no. No. And by no, I mean, I just didn't feel fulfilled. And yeah, it was just weird for me because I was like, wow, I actually studied this. Like, I went to school, I studied tourism, I went on and also got, you know, a cabin crew license. And, you know, at school, it was such a great experience. Everything was rosy. I'm not gonna lie, everything was rosy. And I think in school, the main kind of like focus would be on being a flight attendant, which is what everyone would generally want to do when you go to like an aviation school. But yeah, the ground operations position was really not crazy at all. In fact, I feel like it was very chilled, very laid back, very straight to the point. The job is not the issue. And yeah, it was just me, like I was not feeling fulfilled. And I was like, I know this feeling because I felt it before. Okay, another backstory within the backstory. So I've worked like for the most part in retail. My very first job was at Cotton On, actually. Yeah, that was a dope one. Oh my gosh, because I used to like buy clothes every single time, and you know, you get like discounts and all of that. So it's like, it was so dope. But then I left Cotton On because I guess I was doing like an internship. I got an internship at the airport or something. Like, I've always just been trying to work in the whole aviation industry. Okay, that's just been my vibe. But from high school, the backstory before this backstory, way back in school, I actually had plan A and plan B, and this was plan B. So after matric, I decided to run with plan B because plan B seemed like it's quicker. which was wrong of me. But maybe not necessarily wrong, but now looking back, I'm just like, babe, if you have plan A, okay, this is also just word to anyone out there who's still in school, confused, don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. If you have plan A, stick to plan A, because it's plan A for a reason. You understand? But yeah, I had to take the longer route in order to get to plan A again. Right? Cool. Fast forward now to when I left. Yeah, so I left Cotton On. That was that. We did my internship, but we all know, like, with internships, it's a very small period of time. It's not like a long thing, right? So that was like for a couple of months, and then fast forward, COVID happened. It was a whole thing. So now everyone is not working, as in like the entire world stopped. Cool. Sat at home, instead of reflecting and actually introspecting and finding myself and trying to understand what life is. I was chilling. I was chopping it up. But I'm also not mad at myself for that time, honestly. So yeah, COVID happened. After COVID, whatever, we fast forwarding now. I'm working at the airport for my dream airline, right? Cool. The reason why I was telling you the backstory about Cotton On was because from that time, I already knew the feeling of not being fulfilled and just what I go through, because I've come to a realization that I'm someone that gets bored quite easily and quite quickly. So routine is kind of like really not my thing. Like, routine is not my thing. But I'm only discovering this now, as I'm on this journey that I'm on right now in this season of my life. Do you get? So yeah, I was like, I know this feeling. I've been here before, and I don't want it to end abruptly. I don't want it to be a matter of, you know what, I'm actually tired, FTS. So yeah, I then listen to me, I then started taking my relationship with God seriously. So this was actually when I locked in. This was also literally a year ago, prior to my birthday, actually. I'm not going to give you exact timelines because I think I'm also just confused. But months before my birthday was when I actually started praying about this job, because I was like, I'm tired the whole time. I know, like, airport hours are crazy, I get it, but generally, like, if you know me, you know, bro, I don't sleep. Like, hit me up at 1 a.m, hit me up again at 3:15, then hit me up again at like 5:45. Like, I got you, I'm there, you get. So I was like, it's clearly not the hours that are draining me, it's just me. Like, it's a me thing. I'm not happy, I'm not fulfilled, I don't feel great. And that really started messing up with my mental. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of was like, you know, pushing it under the rug, like, it'll pass, or maybe it's just my period, oh yeah, I'm PMSing, oh yeah, it's one of those days. But there came a time when I actually like broke down, and I was like, okay babe, you actually need to take yourself seriously. And so I prayed about it. I was like, you know what, Baba God, this is waiting, okay? I have been praying for this, and right now it's just starting to feel heavy for me. And I would love to continue, but I need strength, and I need like a strategy. I need a way to navigate this thing. I think after I turned 25, things changed, because now I was like locked in, babe. I was praying, I was fasting, I was taking it slow, I was understanding the Bible, I was hearing from God. Now it's just like, hey, hold up, guys, he's real. It was such a dope moment for me, honestly, and I will never forget the year I turned 25. Like, I will never. Anyway, there was another phase or era where I was like constantly sick. I was at the doctor, you know, went to see a specialist because I had migraines, and it was like, everyone was just saying the same thing, honestly. Like, the most common thing they were saying was, are you stressed? Oh yeah, I work at the airport. Oh, it's probably the hours. You need to rest. You're fatigued. But I'm like, how do I rest when I got to be at work? How do I rest when I got to be at work? Because, you know, the thing is, workplaces are not the same, and some workplaces tend to prioritize other things more than other things. I don't know if you get me, but like with the space that I was in, it was more like you need to prioritize giving so much of yourself and kind of like neglect your actual well-being for the sake of others. And some people, obviously, their tolerance is much more, on peak than others, but we all just reach a breaking point, if we're going to be honest. And I think for me, that whole specialist and getting migraines and, yeah, just that whole mental toll was something that was kind of like, babe, wake up or you're gonna die. You're actually gonna die. And are you gonna die happy? No. At this point, my dad was very much aware of how I was feeling, how this whole career thing for me was just too much, But I think, obviously, coming from a parent's perspective, it's like, yeah, this is life, such things happen, just take it easy. And, like advice that you would get from any other parent when they know that this is something that you always wanted to do, like this is something that, is so dear to you and you finally got it. And now, you feel like you're crumbling and you're breaking down and you can't take it anymore. But it's like, babe, you got this. I trust you. Fast forward, as I was still on the journey of fasting and praying and talking to God, hearing from him, seeking his guidance, something actually occurred to me that now it's time. You gotta go. So that's why I say, like, it really was premeditated. But obviously when somebody, hears you say, oh yeah, I left my job, it's like, are you mad? What's the plan? What's gonna happen? Oh my gosh, what are you gonna eat? All of those things that we human beings tend to worry about. And obviously, like, it crossed my mind, because what do you mean? What do you mean I gotta go? Okay, and then do what? Like, and the funny thing is that even as I was there, even during the season of me stewarding at the airport, deep down, I still knew what I really wanted to do, which was plan A. So I got this revelation and I was like, hold up. It's been all fun and games, praying, fasting, hearing from God, hearing God answer me through other people, either through means of conversation or just something someone would like randomly say to me or something someone would pick up, But this for me was big. And I was like, maybe I heard incorrectly. Maybe that's not what he's saying I should do. Do you get? Then the fun began. Now I'm at work. Now I'm dealing with passengers. And it's an international airport. You're dealing with people from all over the world. All these amazing, unique, different cultures and everything you could ever think of. It's right there at the airport. And people are talking to me. But while people are talking to me, I can hear that you're actually telling me what I'm trying not to hear right now. You are actually saying what I don't want you to say right now. And fast forward, I kept on praying about it. And I think I'm so grateful for that part, because more than anything, I didn't want to take matters in my own hand and be like, maybe I'm hearing voices and, this voice in my head is telling me to do this, but that is not even the case. So I was just like, Lord, if there is a higher power up there, may it be crystal clear to me what it is that I need to do. What step am I taking from now? Because also, that when you're not obedient as a child of God, as a follower, as a Christian, there are consequences, and some consequences could be light depending on your calling and whatever it is, or your relationship, or just your life purpose. I was like, I don't want to end up regretting not doing what I know, what I feel. I know what is required of me in this moment. Yeah, I've just been locked in since, to be quite honest, which is why I've actually been in my Bible a lot more than previously, and also not only because of that, but it's just it's a seasonal thing. Like you grow as a person, you evolve, you start seeing things differently. When you pray for different things. Now you start asking for wisdom instead of a car. Do you get what I mean? So things like that was happening, and I was like, you know what, I am gonna take a leap of faith. I'm gonna do a trust fall, and whatever happens. And basically this is what happened prior to the trust fall. What's happening? So I'm basically at the training center. Ciao. This is where my journey begins, but nobody really knows. I think I'll be able to disclose it at a later stage, but yeah, I'm basically just doing my recurrent. Yeah, I'll explain that later, but that's technically just a refresher of what I did 2 years ago when I started. So yeah, those are the vibes. We go finish off and I will update you. But God has been cooking. So quick thing I forgot to mention, I failed the first exam that I had to do, right? And yeah, now I'm also about to write another exam. I hope I pass it, only because I just want to get it over and done with, and I'm not trying to waste the company's resources, you get me? Because like they don't know, but I know. We'll talk. Can I tell you something for what it's worth? With you, heaven is a place on earth, and I take you, guys. So, I put so much liner and y'all don't even tell me. Anyway, what it do? So, today is, okay, first of all, I woke up and Take You There by Her was just in my head. And I listened to it, I'm sure 4 times, and it just gave me this nostalgia. I've been meaning to use that word, and I didn't know, like, I've never spoken about things that lead me to having to use that word. But anyway, it just gave me this memory back to when, like, COVID, I think it was the day of lockdown, it was the 26th of March, if I'm not mistaken, 2020 or 2021, I don't know, I can't remember, but lockdown days. And on that day, I remember I was listening to Take You There by Her the entire time throughout me bathing. It was a very sad day for me, one, because my contract with this airline that I'm currently working for was coming to an end. Yeah, so you know how when you start a job, they give you, okay, in South Africa, when you start off, it's like, they give you a 6-month probation period, you know, all of that. Sometimes it's 3 months, depending on the company that you're working for. Mine was, I think, 3 months at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And on March, end of March was me completing the 3 months. And then April, I was going for training for a permanent position, and lockdown happened. Sada, I felt like my life was crashing down. I'll give you a proper sit down on that because it was tough. But fast forward today, do you know what today? Like, guys, yeah, today is my very, very last 6-day cycle of working for this very same airline. And yeah, man, it's just, sorry, that tree kind of freaked me out. It looked like, yeah. Anyway, like, yeah. And the plot twist is that back then I was so sad and I felt like my life was ending. But today I just feel like, wow, what? This is big. Like, God has been so dope, guys. God has been so dope. But yeah, I will literally give you a proper sit down on this Sunday when I am ready, just to give you the entire explanation of my journey and how I ended up here. So yes, today is the last day of me going to work. I obviously told my close friends at work, my people, the ones that I chill with, you know, my subscribers, my regulars from work. And yeah, it was quite a sad day yesterday, especially, but also it's a very happy thing. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm so excited. And we all know that how the end of something is always the beginning of something new. And right now, guys, I am hyped, but only because of God. I'm hyped because God got me. That's just that. So I wanted to just come here, share a little insight. Remember previously, I actually explained how they didn't know I was doing training and nobody knew that I was leaving my job besides me and, you know, God. I literally didn't tell my family. I literally didn't tell anyone. It's literally just my journey, my thing, my decision, and I ran with it. And yeah, today we are here finally on the final day 6 of 6. Can I tell you something? This is the last day of my 6-day cycle. This is the last day of the week. It's a Sunday. This is the last day of my prayer situation. Like, guys, there's just too many things happening today, too many great things, and I'm so grateful. I'm humbled by this phase of my life. I'm humbled by everything that I learned throughout my experience working for this airline, or rather working in the aviation industry as a whole. Like, it's just been so amazing. And shout out to every amazing person that I met. Shout out to the relationships that I created. Shout out to every single person. Like, just shout out, guys, shout out. And yeah, hopefully by the time I drop this, I will be ready enough to share the full story of what happened, how everything happened, and how everything led to where I am right now, the ins and outs, and what I'll be doing next, baby. So do stay tuned. Shout out to you if you made it this far. Thank you so much for your support as well. Keep on liking, keep on sharing, keep on subscribing, and keep on showing some love. God bless you. There you go. Yeah, so that was that. We closed that door. And I think also now I'm just so confident and in a better headspace more than anything to sit here and actually tell the story. Because according to me, yeah, I had already planned out how I'm gonna tell you guys. Like, I'm gonna be chilling. I already knew where I'm gonna be chilling. I already knew that I want my background to be the freaking Table Mountain, and I needed to be like around past 7 p.m. because the sun sets a bit late in Cape Town, and I know what meal and what drink I'm gonna be sipping when I'm busy telling the story. But God had other plans, clearly. So yeah, this was also just one of the revelations that were brought to me. Like, yo, now's the time for you to share your story, my babe. Share your story, put it out there. So yeah, this is something actually that McG once said. It's something that my closest friend and I really kind of like live by. The journey no go make sense unless you're in it. And so I totally understand, like I totally get it, because at first I'd be so offended when people kind of felt like I'm mad or I'm crazy for like making this decision. And I'm like, yes, you're concerned about all these things. What am I gonna eat? How am I gonna make money? How am I gonna sustain myself? You know, and it's very difficult as an independent person, because truly and honestly speaking, as someone that went to boarding school, you can imagine, like, I've had my back the whole time. Yes, I had like allowances from my parents and all of that, but for the most part, it was never a thing of someone is holding my hand and we're going to buy this, or someone is holding my hand and we're going to do this. I'm always doing things by myself, for myself, you understand? And I feel like that was the biggest blessing, honestly, because it taught me a lot, and I got to realize and take from that experience and use it now with just like my life right now. That is the biggest, I think, change, life update that has been hindering, I guess. And more than anything, I think right now was also just the right time for me to share it, because I am in the process of shedding. Like, everything has been made new, okay? All things have been made new, and I think that's just the one big thing that I haven't really taken the time to talk about or open up about freely. But also that was because I needed to know that I'm ready to do it. I didn't want to come here and now start breaking down and be like, oh my gosh guys, so now I don't know what the plan is. No. So with that being said, basically I have always been in love with doing what I do now, which is the art of content creation, as much as it was not known as content creation back in the day. But it's just something that I always knew that I actually want to do, because hello, like, you cool dog, gedese. Like, more than anything, my parents always tell me gedese. Do you get? So I was like, why are we wasting bodese? Why are we playing double dese type of thing? But like, yeah, so I was like, this is actually so cool that now in this day and age we get to use like social media as a platform to literally just explore, go crazy, discover your talents, discover, you know, what you're actually good at, you know, find inspiration from literally anyone from anywhere in the world, you understand? So I was like, damn, this is actually pretty dope. People will say I left my salary paying job for YouTube. I've heard that before, and honestly, call it whatever, however, it is what it is. I know what my purpose is aligned with, and I had to go through a lot of stages and a lot of seasons and a lot of praying and a lot of fasting and a lot of conversations and a lot of growth and a lot of maturity and a lot of, you know, shifting, you know, the mindset and how I look at things, how I view things. And honestly, somewhere, somehow, the universe will always align you with your purpose here on earth. Like, God will always use the higher forces, being the universe, to redirect you and bring you back on the lane that he has ordained for you. Because at the end of the day, what is that thing? We all have a purpose here on earth, and I just knew that my purpose, this is not where it ends. Like, yes, I've gotten my dream job now, but is this dream job gonna get me a G-Wagon? Like, those are the conversations that I was having with myself, honestly. And I understand that, you know, for many of us, a job is a stepping stone. And then for many of us as well, we just end up getting too comfortable, too relaxed, and then we kind of like forget about our dreams and our aspirations and what we actually, our why. The reason why we started, you know, getting this job was actually to build a capital or to build something in order to get somewhere, you get, which is how I guess the system is also built. I don't know, that's a different conversation. But for the most part, I just always knew that there is more for me, and being aware of it had to bring me to prayer and to actually meditate and understand that, okay, I know that there's more for me. I know that I always want more for myself, but what is it? What is aligned with my purpose? Is this job that I wanted so badly even part of the alignment? Because you do know that God will tell you, your thoughts are not my thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. So with me, it's like, this is what I wanted. This is what I thought I wanted to do. This was my plan. This was how I had navigated or created a whole life around this career, because this is the bubble that I wanted to be in. But is it what God wants me to do? Is that where he wants me to be? Is that the bubble that he wants me to be in? You get, yeah, it's things like that kind of actually make you, one, lock in for real, but two, also just start seeing life differently. I don't know, like, it's like there's just a veil that gets removed from your eyes, and you're like, wow, guys, there's actually life is too much. Life is too much. You understand? Moral of the story, that's the tea. That is the main thing. And I felt like I just wanted to come here and share with you guys, because I feel like I owe it to you guys, and it's been long overdue. And the timing couldn't have been perfect, because we kept on growing on the way, and it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Put your hands up. Honestly, I am excited. I can't hide it. I've been telling people that, oh my gosh, anxiety, I am scared. No, I lied, babe. I'm actually quite excited to be turning 26 years old. Funny enough, I don't have like major plans like that for my birthday, but I just know that me and God are about to have a conversation. Like, there's just something about turning over into a new year. There's just something about, you know, flipping the page, because I saw what that done for me a year ago, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what's to come, basically. So yeah, I was hoping that this video will also involve like 25 things that I'm grateful for, but I don't know, child. I gotta get going. But for the most part, I'm really like grateful for you guys. Oh my gosh, I am so grateful for you guys. I don't think I tell you guys enough. I'm so grateful for you guys. We are actually growing. Like, what? When we hit 150, I was like, okay, let's go. Let's actually go. So yeah, I'm pretty highly appreciative of you guys. I love you guys so much. I genuinely appreciate you taking the time to sit down and tune into my channel. Like, that really means a lot. I actually want to buy each and every one of you flowers, because it takes a lot, guys. Time, taking your time and actually being like, okay, I'm actually gonna sit down and watch this babe, listen to this babe talk, watch what this babe is getting up to. Like, that means a lot. And the fact that you guys are also just so consistent as much as I am, like it. Like, your consistency, the comments, like the sharing, like I really appreciate each and every gesture that you guys take, the extra mile, the little, you know, tiny 2 seconds of energy to just copy the link, you know, paste it on your story, tell people about my channel. You know, some people be saying, oh, she's so cool, she's so dope, subscribe to her channel, you know, check her out, all of that. Like, I genuinely appreciate it. And yeah, to many more heights, guys, to many more heights, to many more brand collaborations, to many more amazing things that life really has to offer. Like, we young, guys, we are young, and all I genuinely want each and every one of you to do is to log in, find yourself, know what it is that you want out of this life, and go for it. Like, go hard. Like, go hard, bro. Because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna do it for you. No one is gonna give you that life. And competing is not going to help you either. Rather, draw inspiration from people and, you know, have bits and pieces of things that you like or admire about this person and that person, and how this one carries themselves, and how, you know, just, and create your own. Like, we are all unique beings, and we are meant to do unique things, which is why we are not the same. Even like with siblings, you guys literally come from the same two people, but you will never look the exact same way. Even if you're twins, there's something that's different and unique about you. And that's just something that I would really encourage all of us as the youth especially to tap into, because it's a beautiful life out there, I believe, and there's always more on the other side that we don't know. But I like things, so I want to find out, okay? And I'm pretty sure you do too. Please let me know if you did like this video. Share your thoughts, share how you feel, share your fears, what is concerning, what, I don't know, makes you happy, what you're currently doing. I'd actually like to know what projects are you guys on, since it's been the new year and we're like 4 months in, heading to 5. I'd really like to know what you guys have been cooking up, what habits you've picked up on, what have you changed, what are you doing differently, and yeah, all of the good stuff, man. I do hope to see you again soon in my next video. And yeah, stay cute, stay blessed, stay humble, smell clean, be fresh, chop life, and not let life chop you, okay? Block it.